Exactly 1 year ago today, I released this video. It sucks. The audio is unbalanced, the thesis statement isn't focused, and the picture quality is terrible. Revisiting Disney Pixar Soul is easily the worst video I've ever made. But it's also the most important video I've ever made. Let me explain. When I started this channel back in the summer of 2021, my only goal was to find a creative outlet. College was draining every ounce of my energy, and my favorite hobbies had become tedious chores. Reading and writing art is fun when you have to do it for a grade. I desperately needed a passion project, so I decided to try my hand at video essays. In hindsight, I probably should have just taken a cooking class or learned a new instrument. My first attempts aren't great, but I'm still proud of these videos. They're a reflection of me, and for the most part, I like what I see. None of them did well with the algorithm, but that didn't bother me. Having 8 subscribers is great when they're your 8 closest friends. I was improving with each and every upload, and I was having fun. That's all that mattered. Then I released this piece of crap.
I have compassion for every soul. Except you, I don't like you.
This video is objectively terrible, and a little piece of me dies inside each time I see its view count tick up, but it's arguably the most important installment on this channel because of how much I learned from it. Some of my best works wouldn't exist otherwise, and you wouldn't be here, watching and listening. So I'd like to share 4 of those lessons today. Consider this my belated and unconventional 1,000 subscriber special. I thought about doing a Q&A, but this felt like a more fitting way to celebrate. The following tips may seem self-explanatory, but I still want to highlight them because they shaped me into a better writer. Failure is the best teacher, and I'm merely her eager student. Lesson number 1, take the time to do things right. The production of Revisiting Disney Pixar Soul was plagued by Murphy's Law. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. My laptop broke. Half of my audio files were corrupted and unusable. I rewrote the script half a dozen times, but each draft was worse than the next. Instead of shelving the project or patiently letting the pieces come together, I simply spliced the existing fragments together, and the result is a disjointed mess of ideas with little to no connective tissue. There's a decent video hidden amongst the wreckage, but my impatience ruined the promising thoughts behind it. I was rushing to meet an arbitrary, self-imposed deadline, and the quality of my work consequently suffered. The only viewer you're guaranteed to have is yourself, so take the extra time to ensure that your creation lives up to your standards. If the script feels clunky, edit it until you're satisfied with it. If you're unhappy with a line delivery, record another take. If you make things you're proud of, other people will likely enjoy it too. Lesson number 2, create content you're passionate about. A key problem with Revisiting Disney Pixar Soul is that I'm utterly indifferent to the movie I'm talking about. I neither like nor dislike Soul, and that made the project a chore to work on. If I'm being honest, I feel that way about most Pixar films. I am a staunch defender of Cars, and Ratatouille is an absolute masterpiece, but other than that, I don't really care about Pixar's extensive film library. Their movies weren't a core pillar of my childhood, and while I can appreciate their artistry, they don't excite me one way or the other. My best work comes from a place of passion, be it passionate love or passionate hatred. If there's no internal fire driving you to create something, there's a good chance that the final product will be a resounding meh. I've actually received a ton of topic requests this past year, and though I want to cover as many of them as possible, some shows just don't interest me. If I'm going to dedicate time to making videos, then they should be about things I truly care about. Y'all deserve content that's made with love. Lesson number 3, write with a clear purpose in mind. Every YouTuber's definition of meaningful content is different. A person making reaction videos isn't going to share the same mission statement as somebody who recreates fictional recipes from scratch. I personally want to make videos that explore how the humanities influence the craft of writing. History, philosophy, and psychology are always working in tandem with one another to create a complete narrative, and I love analyzing these storytelling components. I want my viewers to walk away from these videos with a new piece of knowledge or a slightly different perspective because that's why I consume media, to broaden my horizons. But Revisiting Disney Pixar Soul doesn't offer anything unique. Instead of approaching the film from an interesting angle, I skirted around it because I wasn't able to properly convey why I couldn't connect with the movie. I failed to create a meaningful video because my purpose for making it was unclear. A good essay needs a strong thesis statement, and I've learned to prioritize that in my scriptwriting process. Lesson number 4 is arguably the most important. Not every video will be a masterpiece, and that's okay. Forgive me, friends, I'm about to make a sports analogy. When I was in high school, I played fast pitch softball. I was the right fielder who batted 9th in the lineup. For those of you who are unfamiliar with sports lingo, that translates to I was the worst player in the starting rotation. But I was still a regular member of the starting lineup because I got on base 46% of the time. That's pretty dang good. Herein lies a metaphor for life. The goal of every at-bat is not to hit a home run. The goal is to get on base through whatever means necessary. A walk is as good as a single, and though getting hit with a pitch sucks, you're still awarded a free bag. Striking out is inevitable, but you'll get another chance to prove yourself. It's okay to make the occasional clunker. You can't expect every creation to be perfect. That's a toxic and unrealistic mindset that hinders your ability to consistently produce projects. The worst thing I've ever made is still better than the best thing I've never started. I am not obligated to make great things, but I owe it to myself to never stop trying. This mentality applies to viewer metrics too. I can't control the algorithm, but I can control my output. It doesn't matter to me if a video gets 10 views or 10,000 views. I just want this channel to have a positive impact on people. And cultivating a small audience of remarkable quality is more important to me than aggregating a faceless mass of subscribers. There's no better feeling than scrolling through the comments and recognizing the icon of a regular viewer. Y'all never cease to amaze me with your kindness and insightfulness, and I can't thank you enough for your continued support. It's an honor to make videos for you. But I owe my biggest debt of gratitude to Madison, Katie, Anna, Emily, Zach, Haley, Christina, and Lacey. Without their encouragement, this channel wouldn't even exist. And without their friendship, my life would be considerably worse. Here's to yet another wonderful year of love and laughter and memes and madness and growth.